So what are we gonna talk about? What kind of thing? Trying to get these paintings done, but it was burned out. Remember when Red used to do the eBay auction watches with the Red Mud eBay news? I don't know. I guess there's just nothing going on. I have no shows. I don't feel like doing any contemporary shows, and everything is. That's what happens when I come back to San Marcos. So I just gotta hone down into nothing but making little paintings and trying to sell them and doing handyman work around San Marcos. I like the way these eyes poke out. I don't know if y'all ever notice that stuff, but you know. Very good. That's a good one. Maybe it'll stay like that. That's exactly what I'm looking for. You know, it's old, and you push it, and sometimes it goes, and sometimes it doesn't go. You know, it's real kind of weird. But sometimes, randomly, like tonight, like today, I am over there. I heard it start clapping. And it's only done that maybe once or twice. Just without you pushing it, it'll just go off. I guess it's the bad paintings. Well, I tell you, there's this thing also I was going to talk about. I don't know why. If they're going to sell or not, who knows? I got two auctions expiring here this evening. We're going to see if they run, if they go. It's 50-50 chance. I think one of them had 7 watchers, the other one has 3. There's another painting I'm working on. Is in this painting, yelling and the tongue sucking out of the dog with the tongue sucking. And I got a detail. I kind of burned out. I can't take it. I can only. The tough part is running it up to a point. But knowing how to complete is another one, and I'm a good starter but a horrible finisher. So I need to figure out how to get to this thing to a point where I'm resolved at it. And I first came from the idea of all these monkeys with these distended jaws coming out of their mouths. And then the name of the painting is, I don't know, it's like these guys going to the dentist. I'm gonna have a little dentist thing, but when I had these on one painting, I go, wait a second, that's a good idea. I'll see something on eBay. One of the things I like about eBay is you get to surf all these weird pictures that people post of these items they're trying to sell. Like this thing right here was, actually I just made this one up. This is, Jolly Jump, a little cart, and there's going to be a little dog here yapping. This dog here, I would say, everything, I think it's good to be aware of everything is on the jack-o'-lantern, but this dog here is going to be a takeoff of an EB-OT dog. I don't know, it's going to be a tough one to, if I start liking it too much, the price goes up. So let's see here, what else was there? Right now, this ghost pig. And I repainted, you probably saw versions of this in some of my previous videos, this hog. It's real orange right now. See, look, there it is there. It's actually pretty clear in here. So that I didn't get the whole thing. There's me hanging out. I don't know. I guess on here it's going to be the pregnant dog that's in this picture right there. I like to do just kind of different versions and sort of play around with them. Someone gave me this frame and it's kind of a weird. But there's this one here. Conversation about winning. Piece right here. Still working on. Back when I was doing my Charlie Sheen shit, it really feels like that is. I think it's like a. Got wood glue on it. It's called "Can't is a cancer happening." Winner. And that was one of Charlie Sheen's quote, and I thought, what the fuck does that mean? And he's saying can't happen. Can't happen. That's like schizophrenic talk. It was developing this little stock of little back stock up here of things. This what happens. You start developing on eBay. Oh no, I do like eBay, which sort of failed at it. I used to get rid of all these kind of sketches. Like I'd find little scraps of wood. This one here. This was what the fuck was this? Oh, this is this is going to be an advertisement of Red drinking woodchuck ciders. Red endorses woodchuck ciders. Vermont Pride. It's like artist scrap stuff. And so you don't know what is it. I tried explaining this one time to. Here, take some more of this artist scrap shit. And there's 2 more. Someone gave me for my birthday. They gave me this 2 shirts. I had these boxes, which I like the cardboard, so I ended up sketching 2 ideas of paintings in there. Here they are. But I can see why some people become hoarders of stuff because they don't. What they're hoarding is their ideas to do things, and they're just losers. They never can figure out how to do it. So as a result, they have just storage bins and storage bins of ideas of shit they want to do with their life, and it sits there. Maybe that's the definition of a loser. It's just all it is bullshit. Your whole life is just nothing but symbolic bullshit about things you want to do and want to be. It'd be like me buying a surgical tools or something because I'm gonna become a brain surgeon one day or something like that. Oh, and I'm gonna hold on to them because one day I'm gonna go become a brain surgeon, you know. And there are certain people who do that. They collect stupid shit, you know. And there's one good thing of clarity I would say about Red and another friend of mine named Derek is that they're way more in classic art talk. They used to be back in this. I think it all, you know, anyone who watches my videos who's above, I want to say 45 or above, understands the dialogue. Anyone below this, I hate to say this, guys, you don't understand it. And anyone who doesn't know or isn't into art culture prep or creative, whatever you want to call it, doesn't know this kind of stuff. Because it's like the mores of things, okay? And I'm being kind of educational here, trying to tell you things. But there used to be the mores between the illustrator versus the artist, you know. And the illustrator was the mechanical, reason-based, soulless character who made these objects. They didn't have any kind of. They're all driven by corrupt motives. Technically, this is the old mythology, I guess you call it. And then the artist is one who does things because they're guided by their spirits, by their soul. You know, they're very unconscious. And the more they thought about it, the more or less they were of an artist. And that was the old 60s abstract expressionist crap that kind of evolved up over the last 80s. It basically impugned somewhere in the 90s through conceptualism and all this crap like that. People became too aware of stuff and they didn't like it. And I was one of the guys who was like attacking the hippie characters, all the abstract guys. I was more of a clarity freak, you know, almost like a schizophrenic clarity freak. And so I always like that kind of. Also, you have to be a good neurotic too. A good neurotic, you know how to come up with a lot of stuff. You have to analyze things and pull things apart, you know. And it goes through thoughts and art and whatnot. Well, the illustrators. One of the things I would do, kudos to like you know, a friend of mine, Derek, and Red, is that I always think they think more like an illustrator because they're very aware of what they do, but also they take this act of destroying shit. Like to them, it's just a construction project. They're not personally invested in it, you know, to the degree. So they get. I mean, in other words, to them, it doesn't mean. To them, if it's a failure of a project, they get rid of it, they destroy it. And maybe it's just a sort of an attitude or something. But you know, in mine, that was always the expressionist. You know, like guys like, you know, being a paint pusher and being a kind of a Van Gogh. Who would be another guy? You know, expression. You just basically whatever you touch, it just becomes an art piece. You know, you don't ever backtrack your record. You don't get rid of things because everything you touch is valuable and spiritual. You know, it's just this whole zone like this, and it can become a taste. And so, you know, I mean, even some of the more like this thing here. You know, like this is not done. You know, but I've had someone come into my studio and just think this is the best thing in the fucking studio and offer me $200 for this thing. You know, and you know, what do you do? How do you? Where's the clarity of this whole thing? You know, as an artist, you get seduced, you get pulled to all these different directions. You know.
Welcome to Furley Art. Furley Art. Furley Art. Furley Art. Furley Art.
So you know, it's kind of like an artist is kind of like you have this big garden, a big yard here. And you got this hose. You know, the yard's totally fertilized with tons of seeds, but it's real sunny. You got this hose, and the hose, wherever you put that hose, is basically what's going to grow. And that hose basically is the attention and the drive, the money, the power that comes out of that thing. Well, that's kind of like your art career. You know, where this water shot over this fucking field is basically what's going to grow. And I'd say, you know, it just depends on where you want to put the hose. Sometimes you may not want to, you know, it depends where you want to shoot the thing. And see, the problem with me is my hose is just real short distance, but I got a lot of water coming out of it. And it's hitting one area and it's growing out and producing stuff. You know, some people, they have that damn hose shot way up in the air, trying to hit the whole fucking yard. Of course, the problem is none of the water never gets dry. It never gets enough water in the soil to grow anything, you see. But you know, and then also they may over-exaggerate how much water is shooting out of that fucking hose. And that's something you got to know how much that hose is shooting out. So, the kind of water that was shooting out over here, it's going to grow up like quickly. You know? What does that mean? Okay, I'm getting too esoteric.